do. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and we've been live. And while we were live, some breaking news happened. The FBI came to the Laundrie home, the parents' house. They went into the camper. They took something. They left with a cooler. I want to break down all the main footage we were watching live. If you want to catch us, we're always here in the mornings live around noon, hanging out with you guys for an hour. And thanks to everybody in the live chat who was watching this unfold. It was crazy to do this together. But here, now that the event has happened, it looks like it's over. We don't know what it is, but here is the FBI arriving, thanks to footage from Brian Laundrie on his Twitter feed. He's doing such an amazing job. They rolled up. The red truck is still there, but they pulled up, parked in, and went inside the house. They went inside the Laundrie home, and then we were sitting and we were waiting a while. But here we go again. Here's the feds arriving as they got in, thanks to coverage here from Alana Diaz. But we have another angle here, as this is them walking into the home. FBI heading into the house. This house is covered by... They don't even have to knock. Oh, I guess that's the screen door. But there they go. Heading in. And then KTLA was eventually live, covering through all the... I don't think they got them coming out. The KTL's, WFLA's footage was pretty bad. They were I guess they were trying to take a break. It was so ironic. They were taking a break with an interview with Brian Laundrie, who was live breaking the news. So unfortunate for them, as they were scrambling to get this footage. So it's live TV. That's how it works. But they went in, and there was a moment here. Actually, I'm going to go, because KTLA's footage, or sorry, I keep calling KTLA. WFLA's footage was not the greatest. But Brian's quality also not ideal, but he caught them coming in and out. So here's the FBI at the house. So apologies for the quality, but they came out and went to the camper, which was the most interesting part. Here it is. So apologies for his quality. It's really bad reception over there, and he was on his phone. But this is the coverage we have as we're watching this, and it was refreshing. They walk out. Sorry, this is processing still.
The door's open. Here we go.
Are now coming out. They just dropped a few bags.
Now they came in with like
side of the house. It looks like
Finally going in.
they're going in the camper.
Finally.
They're going in the camper.
And kudos to Brian for the hustle, getting that camera over there. So now we can see them opening up the camper. They have gloves. There's a door. Now we're trying to see, did they leave with something?
Can you tell us what you're looking for in the camper?
Now 2 officers are there. I guess actually the other officer already went in, because the other
officer went in at that point.
There was a cop that came in. Again, the footage has been crazy because it happened very quick. There's an officer inside, and there's this officer standing outside the camper. Again, I'm sorry there's a spoiler alert. We don't know what this is, so you're gonna have to speculate with us. I'm sure this footage will be looked at a lot. But here's the other officer leaving. Now he doesn't have anything in his hands.
Was there anything significant in the camper?
This is sort of the important part, and of course, Twitter's video is the worst. He pops out, and then the feed...
was there anything significant in the camper?
Feed froze. Damn it. It doesn't look like they came out with anything. I can't tell if this officer here has something, but it looks like they were looking. Now, they might have taken a swab
in the camper
and put it in their back pockets. Who knows? Maybe there was an envelope, and he put it in. There could have been something, but it was unclear what they came out with. At that point, then, we saw them. In fact, we can see them, I think, walk away from this angle here. I'd like to see the... Yeah, so they came, but WTLA didn't get us very good footage, and that's the 2 options we have currently. I think News Nation will be covering this more in depth tonight, if you want to catch them there. I do want to plug these outlets because we're using the footage, and they're doing a lot of the work. But as they left, didn't seem to be holding anything. Chat, is there anyone else that I'm missing to make sure we're not missing something? But it doesn't look like they took anything. And as they were doing that, then they, a few minutes later, came out of the car, or came out of the house. And here is the, they got in the car. Sorry, I'm trying to zoom ahead for you. All right, I think it's around this point. They opened the doors and came out of the door, right as WFLA was live. There they are. They have a bag. No, that's the bag. Stupid time to put a graphic up. But that is the bag that they clearly have something in. It's kind of hard to tell what, but this was the officer that was in the camper. The other officer has the seeming evidence. Now, no one seemed to get them walking out with the bag. It's hard to tell if that was the same bag coming in, but I want to pause here. It looks like a DNA, like an evidence bag. Something. It's although it's not sealed. This would be zipped. So actually, I don't think it's that. I mean, it could be in another bag inside a bag, but it's unzipped. That's the type of bag that would zip up top. You know what I'm saying, Steph? And it seems like there's some sort of plastic inside. Honestly, it looks like something like Uber Eats would carry around, but unclear what they grabbed, what it is. But that's what we have. Check your Twitter, email, DNA. So a lot of people are speculating DNA. Rewind more back. Is people saying from what point? It looks like a cooler, so mostly DNA samples. Now, again, but they would have zipped it, wouldn't they have, to keep it cold? That's why I'm saying it looks like a plastic bag inside of a zipped bag that's unzipped, guys, is why I'm a little hesitant. See what I'm saying? That's one of those weird...
Backed it.
You can see there as it's bobbling, there's sort of a plastic bag inside the bag is what was confusing to me. But we have a lot of theories here as to what this is. Maybe it's filled with Monster Energy drinks. Yes, now that Dog, the bounty hunter, which we reported earlier, found that can, everyone is assuming that it's Monster Energy drinks. I don't think so, guys. I will debunk that. But maybe they did pull some monsters from the fridge. But that's what we got so far, guys. All right, so when I get your theories, Steph, what are your thoughts on this as I scrub through this footage again? And guys, if you want to chat over your suggestions, I'm looking in the comments to see if we're missing anything. But the container plastic is sealed. So inside it could be. But it does look like a lunch cooler to me, potentially with a sealed cooler inside. Totally. Someone's saying it's a clipboard on top. A lot of speculation as to what this is. What do you think, Steph?
So I believe they've double bagged it, which is fair enough. Looking at our timeline, a few days ago on the 26th of September, the FBI visited the Laundrie home to gather DNA evidence in morning. They could just be doing the same thing now. Just getting more DNA evidence, especially with everything potentially being double bagged and all that malarkey. They could just be swapping all over the place. Who knows? This is just pure speculation, really, at this point. But the way I see it is, FBI visited Laundrie home, stayed there for a little while, had a bit of a poke around in the camper van, came out, bogged off.
Well, so here's from Laundrie's lawyer. Brian Etten has just reported. Thank you guys for this. Is just we're literally breaking live. It's happening as we're going. So thank you for getting this because I want to make sure you guys are updated on the latest, but also reacting quickly for you guys. Brian has said that now Laundrie's lawyer has now commented the FBI is at the Laundrie home today to collect some personal items belonging to Brian that will assist the canines in their search for Brian. There is nothing more to this. Yeah, why didn't they do this trip earlier? There's nothing more to this. There was, in fact, a lot more to this. Like I don't believe anything that this lawyer tells us. I just don't. He's going to defend his clients at all costs. But there is the lawyer's comment. Thank you for saying that to me and the Twitter DMs. Who kept reminding me was that Kimmy. Thank you, Kimmy, for alerting me that it was in the DMs, and now I do have it. So thank you guys for sharing that. And it looks like that's where we're at. So again. We can look into this. We can look into this too much. It was odd. They came with a bag. They left with the bag, and it didn't seem like it was a DNA sample, guys, but it could have been. It absolutely could have been. But props to Brian Etten for his coverage there. And there they are leaving again. This is the bag in question. It really could just be more items to give the dogs a fresh scent. It is possible. They were in there for a long time, though. That's the other thing that was weird for me, Steph. You know what I mean?
Yes, and if it was, as Laundrie attorney states, that the FBI was there to actually collect personal belongings to help the canines in their search for Brian, maybe they were just having a discussion with the parents to figure out what to take. Maybe, you know, which ones are Brian's belongings, which ones are yours, you know, that kind of thing potentially. I would safely presume that there would be a warrant or some kind of legal documentation that would allow the FBI to remove items from the home in the first place. And maybe the Laundries were reading through that before allowing the FBI to take certain items. Who knows?
It does
Kinda
look like
where
this.
my head's at.
Thank you for that chat. This was Cora. It does look like the all-purpose open-top medium utility tote with camo print, often foldable to be flat, and a white plastic bag inside. Yeah, it sure does. So good call on that. Yeah, honestly, it's hard to tell if this is news, if there's something more to this. But obviously, we're reporting everything because we want to gather everything that's happening there. But that's the latest. The feds came back to the Laundrie home to get this bag. Now you're up to date. Is there something important in there? TBD. But that obviously all eyes were on it. It was kind of amazing as we were live to watch Brian, everybody like, we really were hoping for more, but it was uneventful. Nothing really happened. Hopefully at some point they show up and put cuffs on these guys. One hopes. But I appreciate you guys tuning in and watching. We're gonna talk some more about this as we continue. But I want to thank Steph, the Alter Nerd, and all you watching live. I just want to clip this so you guys have the breaking news in chunks as well, because a lot of you suggested it. So thanks so much. If you're watching live, stay tuned. If you're watching on the replay, please hit subscribe, hit the bell for all alerts. We're gonna keep you updated on this story and a lot of other stories. So smash the like button if you can. Leave a comment to help the engagement. We're gonna continue to take your comments and questions to figure out what this could be. Does this mean anything? In fact, I want to put a poll. Do you think this means something, or could this just be nothing? Thank you for watching the replays. Stay tuned, live viewers, as we wrap up our show. I want to get some of your comments, questions, and calls as we break down this breaking news. And no, I don't think it's Monster Energy drinks.